In 2019, Robert Downey Jr. walked away from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His character was dead, his story was finished, and his bank account was incredibly full. For years, everyone assumed that Avengers Endgame was the financial peak of Hollywood. We thought the studios would never ever spend that much money on a cast again. But then, as we entered the 2026 movie season, Disney's CEO hit the absolute panic button. They called Robert Downey Jr., and they didn't just ask him to come back. They asked him to play the villain. And to get him to say yes, Disney offered him the single most expensive, desperate, and mathematically terrifying actor contract in the history of human civilization. Almost $100 million just to switch sides. If you are curious about how Hollywood actually negotiates, how much these actors are really worth, and why Marvel is literally breaking their own budgets to save 2026, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. It tells the algorithm to keep following the money. Now, let's open the corporate ledger. To understand the absolute financial insanity of the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, we first have to audit the past. When Avengers Endgame was filmed, it had an official production budget of roughly $356 million. But what Marvel doesn't want you to know is that nearly 95% of that entire budget was swallowed up by just 6 people. In film finance, the money spent on executives, directors, and actors is called above-the-line costs. By 2019, the original 6 Avengers had negotiated as a unified cartel. Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Chris Hemsworth all commanded base salaries of roughly $15 million each. But Robert Downey Jr. was the absolute king. He negotiated a base salary of $20 million, plus a massive percentage of the back-end profit participation. When Endgame grossed nearly $3 billion, Downey walked away with an estimated $75 million. To afford those massive salaries, Marvel had to artificially suppress the rest of the cast. Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther, estimates suggest just $2 million. Tom Holland's Spider-Man, around $1 million. Marvel created a ruthless financial hierarchy. They paid the original 6 like gods and everyone else like replaceable employees. We all thought Endgame was the most expensive cast ever assembled. But fast forward to today, in 2026, and the entire financial hierarchy has completely collapsed because Disney is no longer negotiating from a place of power. They are negotiating from a place of sheer desperation.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation.
Here is what happened between Endgame and today. Marvel retired their expensive actors to save money and tried to launch a new, cheaper generation of heroes. It mathematically failed. Movies like The Marvels lost hundreds of millions of dollars. The Disney Plus streaming shows burned billions in production costs without generating a profit. Wall Street investors began to panic. In 2019, actors were begging to be in the MCU, but heading into the production of Avengers Doomsday, the dynamics completely flipped. Marvel isn't offering actors a chance to finish a story anymore. They are begging actors to come back and bail them out. And when a mega corporation is desperate, Hollywood agents smell blood in the water. Which brings us back to Robert Downey Jr. He had his Oscar, he had his millions. He didn't need to come back. So Disney had to offer him the desperation premium. According to leaked industry reports from Variety, to get Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom, Disney had to completely shatter their own salary caps. He is reportedly earning a base salary of $50 million per film. But it gets crazier. He demanded private jet travel, a dedicated private security detail, and massive box office escalators. When you combine his base salary with his back-end profit points, financial analysts estimate his total earnings for Doomsday and Secret Wars will easily exceed $100 million. He's getting paid more to come back as the villain than he got paid to play the hero. But if you think Robert Downey Jr. is the only one extorting Disney's wallet, you are completely underestimating the greed of Hollywood.
Max escalators? We talked about this. And the RDJ private villa? This is completely unacceptable.
To guarantee that Avengers Doomsday shatters the box office this December, Disney isn't just relying on Dr. Doom. They are utilizing nostalgia bait. They are reportedly integrating legacy X-Men actors into the Avengers universe. But remember the leverage rule. You cannot offer $2 million to Patrick Stewart in 2026. These are A-list legacy franchise cornerstones. They know Disney needs them to sell tickets, so they are demanding massive 8-figure paychecks just to show up for a cameo. And what about the original Avengers? Rumors are swirling across the industry that Disney is writing massive checks to bring back Chris Evans as Captain America, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and Tom Hiddleston as Loki. Insider suggests that if Evans returns, his contract alone will be north of $30 to $50 million. The guy's story was over, and Disney is allegedly paying him more to come back than most actors make in their entire lives. And they have to write the exact same size check for Thor and Loki just to get the band back together. Let's do the math on the new above-the-line costs. In Endgame, the cast budget was roughly $350 million, but the bulk went to 6 people. In Doomsday, the cast budget is estimated to hit a staggering $400 million, but instead of 6 people, they are negotiating with over 35 A-list legacy heroes and the Fantastic Four. Disney is spreading a $400 million cast budget across a massive ensemble, meaning the entire economics of the movie have completely mutated. Which brings us to the ultimate terrifying math that Wall Street is currently analyzing. If you spend $400 million just paying the actors, how on earth do you mathematically turn a profit?
Madam, a god doesn't plead.
If the leaked reports are accurate and the cast alone costs $400 million, you still have to pay the below-the-line costs. You have to pay the crew, build the sets, and hire the thousands of visual effects artists required to render Dr. Doom and the multiverse. Industry analysts project the total production budget for Avengers Doomsday will easily shatter $500 million. It will officially be the most expensive movie ever made. But wait, apply the golden rule of Filmonomics, the 2.5 rule. Because movie theaters steal 50% of the ticket sales, and because Disney will have to spend at least $200 million on a global marketing campaign, a $500 million movie has an absolutely staggering break-even point. To simply survive and make a single dollar of profit, Avengers Doomsday has to gross roughly $1.5 to $1.75 billion at the global box office. Most movies celebrate if they make $1 billion. For Avengers Doomsday, making $1 billion would be a catastrophic financial failure. But here is exactly why Disney's chief financial officer is perfectly happy to sign that check. As we covered in our previous Filmonomics breakdown of the 2026 box office, Disney is mathematically guaranteed to win. They're no longer producing art. They have engineered a financial hostage situation. Disney knows that putting Robert Downey Jr. back on the poster and bringing back Chris Evans, Thor, and Loki automatically guarantees a $2 billion global box office. It restores complete faith in the Marvel brand. It forces millions of people to resubscribe to Disney Plus just to catch up on the lore. It drives billions of dollars in toy and merchandise sales. Disney isn't paying Robert Downey Jr. $100 million to act in a movie. They're paying him $100 million to save their $30 billion cinematic universe. The salary arms race in Hollywood has officially reached its peak. The bubble is stretched to its absolute limit, and Robert Downey Jr. is holding the needle. But in December of 2026, when this movie hits theaters, Disney's massive, desperate gamble is going to pay off. If you want to see exactly why Disney is so confident and discover the other 5 movies mathematically engineered to shatter the 2026 box office, click the video on your screen right now for our full breakdown of the $5 billion rescue mission. And don't forget to subscribe to follow the money.